Hello and welcome from Texas. We have survived the winter storm, and I couldn't help but notice that, Fox News and a few others are saying a series of absolute and total lies promoting an agenda to achieve regulation and control. They said the reason Texas power grid failed is that it was not federally regulated. And then, of course, they have their new two-bitten agenda to get everybody more federally regulated. The fact is that, like almost every problem, the problem was actually caused by federal regulation. Because of their regulations, we shut down our plants. Because of their action in our lives, we shut down, and now we suffered for it, and people died from it. But I would like to point you to Venezuela or any other place in the world where democracy took over. You find that they insert themselves into all the positions of money and power and control, and then because these people have never in their entire life, nor can they ever produce anything of value for the world, all they do is take without understanding. And so companies fall, economies fall, systems fall, and it always turns to suffering and death for the common person. So I would like to suggest that we need to take more responsibility for ourselves and not sit around waiting for the man or some savior to come and rescue us from the troubles. One of the, if not the most powerful way that you can gain control and power over your life is to build your own home and all of the systems of support that you need to live in that home. While unfortunately people died during this storm, the reality is for us personally that, we had alternative energy. We are grid tied, but we had alternative energy. Worst case scenario, we could run a generator, and we had the fuel on hand to do so. We had food for much more than just a week or a month. So we've taken that responsibility, and while others suffered, we started up a fire in our thermal mass heater. We throw in about 8 small sticks of wood. We burn those, and the house is warm for 24 hours. We had all the water we needed, as our well house was self-contained, insulated, and kept warm as well. All of the systems that we needed were there for us. And because we took that responsibility, this time that became a severe suffering, points of death, and fear for a lot of people was actually just kind of a vacation for us. We just enjoyed the beautiful snow and the birds that came in to hang out and shelter a little bit from the weather. And we caught up on some things that needed to be done, played some musical instruments and enjoyed ourselves. I'd like to invite you guys, if you want to learn to take power back for yourself, to click the link below in the description and find out how you can build your own AirCrete tiny house alternative building system off grid, and learn how to take responsibility for the systems that support your life, your housing, your water, your food, even your finances. Come and learn at our Terlingua School of Alternative Building. Learn how you can actually support yourself, how you can build your own systems of support and not give your power away to people who can only take and tear things down and never produce anything. Instead, I would encourage you to produce things for your life that create a very stable form of life. Because as we go into these uncertain economic times, as they do the Great Reset to take control of everything, so that if you want to have a dinner, you own nothing, but you're supposed to be happy because you can rent a fork, you can rent a plate, you can rent a stove, and you can rent the food and equipment to process it and make your meal, and somehow you're going to be happy. When in reality, these who only take will never be able to bring us that happiness and fulfillment and freedom that the human soul desperately cries out for. So I just want to get you to think about the possibilities of taking that responsibility yourself and building yourself a better life, even if things don't get worse.